It's time now for Anderson Speedway's Track Talk. Catch up with everything that's going on at Anderson Speedway with Rick Dawson and Gary Mong.
Good evening. Welcome to Track Talk. Rick Dawson, Gary Mong. Wade's like kind of like one of them guys when you go to a TV show, a comedy show, when they do the taping, the guys that they're before it even starts gets the audience all pumped up.
Yeah, he does that to us, doesn't he?
I think that's part of his.
Is that what he does? He pumps us up.
That's part of the producer's job. So, welcome to Track Talk. Rick Dawson, Gary Mong, Wade Stoops.
You said that once already.
Producing the show
Yes.
from the cornfields of Daleville.
What's left of him?
Don't tell me we're getting punch drunk here at the end of the season.
We are.
It flew by.
It did, didn't it?
We still got one to go. We got a big night Saturday night. Looks like the weather is going to be good, ideal.
Temperature-wise, it's going to be great.
And we've got going to cap off the season with three of our better divisions. The Thompson Builders Late Model 75, featuring our McGonigal engine late models, 75-lap street stock race, and 75-lap Markham Pro Compact race this Saturday night. 225 laps of feature racing.
Just feature racing, that'll be good.
I think we're going to have several cars, too, the way we talked to some down at Raceway Park.
We did.
And, I talked to Jack. He's getting a bunch of cars, and I talked to several people that's called and asking questions. So I think we ought to have a good car count this weekend to round out our season. We still got another race to go, but it's a month away, and it depends on the weather.
And this is our final time starting at, 6 o'clock. I don't know where that came from.
I don't think our listening audience wants to know either.
I'm sorry.
We had a lot of fun Saturday night at the track. Hardy fans, it was cold.
It was cool, yes.
It wasn't cold. It was just really, really cool.
Yes.
It was cold. Forget it. But we did have a good crowd.
We did.
For the weather and good cars. We brought we had the 100-lap Thunder car feature. We haven't run those cars as a regular division all season. In fact, just had one other race.
We had a good turnout.
We had a good turnout. We had 17
yes.
in a good race.
Yes, real good race.
Tell me about it.
Well, another one of those divisions that Josh Poor races in.
Actually hopped in Curtis Chapman's Thunder car.
Curtis Chapman's car.
Put his motor in.
So that's what, the fourth or fifth different division that Josh has been in this year. But Josh got in the Curtis Chapman car and was victorious in that race. But he had a lot of competition from Trent Gosser and I'm trying to think who the third place car was, Jeremy Threet. So they put on a good show. But
were there any incidents?
There were several, but nothing major. I mean, we had a couple cars. I think you can tell that they've probably been sitting all year because they got there. We kind of painted our track a little bit, but we got it taken care of.
Very good.
So nobody got hurt, but it was some good racing, good side-by-side racing.
Also had the Markham Welding Pro Compacts in a 30-lap or 25-lap feature.
We did. That was some good racing there too. And
Really? Do we ever have bad racing?
No. No, we don't. And our Markham Welding Pro Compact champion, Matt Tharp, was victorious in that one. So he's been on a roll here late in the season here, winning the last race of the season, winning the championship, and now won this past Saturday night.
We had two season champions win feature races Saturday night. Josh Poor.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
And Matt Tharp. We also had the Pro Compacts came back in the corkscrew race, which is always fun to watch.
Always fun.
Didn't have a lot of them. The guys still have another race to go in their cars and don't want to risk getting them torn up. But if this computer will ever come up.
Well, I can tell you who won that because he's a veteran at the corkscrew and he's got it mastered.
Him and Jerry Dane were putting on a show, though.
They were.
Jerry's driven for Nick Warner or for Jim Warner,
right?
A lot, and I think they were playing games with each other, and especially there at the end. Jerry got in and actually turned Nick, so he was right up against the tire.
Yes.
And he had to actually back up and get around, and Jerry took off and spun himself.
But anyway, Nick Warner was victorious in the corkscrew race, and like I said, Nick enjoys doing those crazy races that we do out there, and he's very good at them.
Jerry Dane was second, and Lawrence Jones was third in that race. we had spectator races, and we had a couple of, one of the rules in the spectator races is you can't be a racer. And we had a couple sneak in.
We did.
Fortunately, we caught them.
We did, and we awarded the first, second, third place prizes to, and actually the one that did win it was an actual true spectator. So
Dakota Bruff.
Yes, he had just been in a wedding that afternoon.
That's
Still
right.
had his tux top on with the boutonniere and the his tie and stuff like that, and he come out there and did some spectator racing with us and ended up winning the whole thing.
Ryan Rule and Stephen Bruner were
Yes.
the second and third place finishers. And then we really messed up the race.
this was good. This was crazy. Our trailer race was really good.
If you're on our website, the results aren't quite right. We did disqualify a car, and she got the wrong number 8. But tell us about it.
Well, I believe we started, was it 13 or 14 this time around?
14.
It was a great field of trailers. I mean, we had camper, we had boat, we had couches, you name it. We had it on these trailers. These guys really got into it this time around, and the mayhem started. Meant the green flag went down. Stuff was going every which way. But the object of the race is to try to knock the trailer off the other guy's car before the 10 laps is up, or truck or van. I mean, we had a little bit of everything out there.
Actually, had a limousine in the pits
we
that was
did.
going to have a trailer, but couldn't get it started. That would have been something new.
It'd been fun to see that.
It was a long one too.
But again, another one of those that Nick Warner enjoys doing, along with his father Jim, and Nick come out victorious on that one. But it was good, safe racing. But it was, like you said, there was stuff all over that track when it was done.
I can tell you, Jim Warner had more fun than anybody Saturday night. After the race was over, I mean, he was just beaming, and we're going to talk to Jim after the break just to get an insider's view on
these trailer races.
Jim works very hard on these special races, and he can give you an insider's view of what it's like to actually participate.
I've never seen anybody yet that comes out of those that didn't say they didn't have fun doing it. So.
Yeah. And they made a mess.
They did. I think Kenny's still finishing up today, wasn't
It's
it?
actually pretty well cleaned
It's
up
cleaned
now.
up
We're
now.
ready to race Saturday night.
Good.
You have to go over we go do it on foot and hand, get as much as we can, and then he goes around the track. I can't tell you how many times with the sweeper just to make sure we get all the pieces, and it's clean and ready to go for Saturday night already.
So that was Saturday night. It was a great night, great show, a lot of fun, and we always look forward to doing that every year.
We ventured. Sunday was kind of a busy day for us.
Yeah, it's a long day.
We ventured down to Raceway Park where they had their championship races for their series for the summer.
Right.
And Terry Fisher won the CRA Late Model Sportsman
feature
race. And I believe who won was it Sean Amor?
Was it who?
I think it's Sean Amor won the championship at IRP, Lucas Oil Raceway Park, in their Budweiser series.
Okay.
He won that championship. But Terry Fisher has really came on, especially last time of the season. He sat on the pole of the Winchester 400 last week, hopped in this late model sportsman and pretty much dominated.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a couple cars up there, but they didn't have
anything for Terry. No.
Little short car count. I think they had 13 late models down there Sunday. Then the street stocks, a real short car count on it. 10 showed up and 8 raced. 2 of them broke before they even. I know we talked to T.J. Flynn before the race, and his transmission had went out. But they had 8 cars in that race, and actually the lead was not challenged too much. I'm trying to
remember who won it.
Colby Lane won the race.
Yes, there you go. That's right.
And Colby also won the series down there, but good battle with
Jimmy Kirby for the points.
Jimmy Kirby and Phil Jenkins from Greenfield got a street stock, and it was really he was just testing it and make sure it's ready for the Halloween 200.
He was racing.
Sunday. But he had a good car.
He sure did.
He was right there. Jimmy was running for the points championship with Colby and wasn't given much room on the racetrack, and Phil was right there the whole race, and that was the part that was worth watching. But congratulations to Colby Lane and winning that championship and the race Sunday at Raceway Park.
That's right. And then the Vors Compact Touring Series was there, too, and they had their feature as well. I'm not sure who won the points on that
That's
one.
why I wasn't going to say anything about it, because I don't have the winner's name.
Oh, okay.
But you've already.
Well, it was Swervin something Irvin.
Swervin Irvin.
Dan Irvin, I think's his name, that won the feature.
Yeah.
He might have won the points too.
Congratulations.
Oh no, Don Van Valkenburg from Indianapolis won the points because he and Chris Jennings were in the battle for that, and he ended up winning the points championship for that.
Congratulations to all those guys.
That's exactly right.
Then we left there and went to Lucas Oil Stadium.
Right.
And watched the fiasco in the stadium.
It was a very good first half, but the second half kind of went south.
I was listening on the news, and right here before we go to the break, I was listening to the news this evening. I guess Pat McAfee was on another radio show this morning talking about exactly what happened. They had practiced that play, but the guy that had practiced it as center was injured. So they threw the other guy in, and the whole idea was they weren't supposed to hike the ball. Well, somebody forgot to tell
Griff Whalen.
All the money you pay these people and all the money you pay these coaches, you would think
somebody would let him know.
They wouldn't tell the guy that's most responsible for it, especially if it's not orthodox, and that certainly wasn't an orthodox play, not to hike the ball. And I mean, it was like everybody just it's like they put a big blanket over the crowd at Lucas Oil Stadium. I mean,
everybody was looking at each other like, what are they doing?
We were just in a daze. What the heck's going on? And I mean, it looked like they were trying to pull him off sides, and that was the whole idea. But the guy hiked the ball, and then the other guy got killed. Yeah. And that,
in more ways than one.
That pretty much swayed the.
It sure did.
Swayed the game. Unfortunately, you put Brady down at that end of the field, and with only 30 yards to go, it only took, I think, 5 or 6 plays, and they were in the end zone and off to the races.
Yes.
But the Colts actually looked like the Colts of old up until then. So maybe they're coming.
Maybe they've turned the corner. Yep.
You never know. There's a lot of good teams out there this year. I was noticing on the CRA website that Chase Elliott unveiled his Sprint Cup car for next season.
Oh, cool.
The 24 Napa Chevrolet.
And I believe a former winner of the Redbud 300 also won the All-American 400 down at Nashville.
Daniel Hemrick.
Yes.
Rescheduled All-American 400. Daniel Hemrick, who is also in the Camping World Truck Series, won that race. So congratulations to all the race winners last weekend.
That's right.
We're going to step aside and take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk to our good friend Jim Warner about last Saturday night's trailer race and the whole season. You're listening to Anderson Speedway's Track Talk. We'll be right back.
Heart attack? Stroke? Serious injury? A sudden health crisis can happen to anyone, at any time. So when bad things happen, choose good people. St. Vincent Anderson Regional Hospital has the area's most advanced emergency care, with a state-designated Level 3 trauma center, an internationally accredited chest pain center for heart attack patients, and advanced certification for primary stroke care. We have all the resources to deliver the care you need for any serious or life-threatening emergency. St. Vincent Anderson Regional is the only emergency department in the area with an on-site helicopter. And our $27 million state-of-the-art surgery pavilion opens later this year. Bad things can happen to anyone. Thankfully, good people are ready to help. Choose emergency care from St. Vincent Anderson Regional, the spirit of caring. Visit stvincent.org/Anderson Regional to learn more.
Honey, stop! Oh my gosh, that's Diggity's back there.
You mean the new Diggity's Frozen Treat Factory?
I heard it's unbelievable. Everybody's talking about it. They have everything yummy.
Yeah, I heard they have ice cream, yogurt, custard, sorbet.
And gelato, plus fruit smoothies, and that's just the beginning.
I heard Diggity's has over 250 toppings, not 30 or 40 like those other places, and you can even get the candy to go separately.
We can eat outside on their huge patio by the fire, too.
Okay, let's see. Frozen yogurt, ice cream, custard, sorbet, and gelato with 250 toppings, or a plain old frozen yogurt shop with limited toppings?
Diggity's it is!
Diggity's wants to cater your event. Diggity's can set up at your event inside or out and provide delicious smoothies, frozen cappuccinos, candies, and frozen treats to your guests. Diggity's is perfect for weddings, company picnics, group outings, sporting events, festivals, you name it, just call Diggity's. 765-393-0033 today for more information.
MoFab Incorporated, where imagination is the only limitation. We serve residential, commercial, industrial, and municipal customers as your metals warehouse and fabrication center. We do all types of fabrication using the latest technology with unmatched speed, accuracy, and durability on any substrate. Our ornamental division handles all types of interior and exterior work, including rails, fences, gates, and more. So contact us at mofabbing.com to fabricate your dreams of tomorrow today.
You won't believe these deals? They're too good to be true. You cannot miss this special. We're going to give you so much off, you won't believe it. Actual mileage may vary. Price does not include tax, title, and license. Some assembly required. Batteries not included. Objects in the mirror are closer than they appear. Keep in a cooler place. It is highly unlikely that any sentiments expressed above in any way coincide with those of it.
Wait, what'd they just say? At Auto Farm McCrocklin Ford in Middletown, we're not here to give you fast-talking deals. We take the time to make sure you understand what you're buying to make sure it meets your budget. If you're at Auto Farm McCrocklin Ford in Middletown, you're at the right place.
This program is a presentation by Anderson Speedway. The content contained in this program is that of the host and guests, and not this station.
How you like them apples? We're back. Anderson Speedway's Track Talk. Rick Dawson, Gary Mong, a little ZZ Top, bringing in the second half of our show.
You probably knew that at 6:15.
No, I did not.
Maybe
know
10
it
till
6.
Maybe 10 till 6.
It's ZZ Top. You can tell ZZ Top whenever they.
You
play
said the word Z
note.
when the first note hit.
Well, I got it on. Remember Kathy Lee Gifford on Name That Tune, and Wink Martindale. You probably don't. You're too young.
I'm too young.
We're back. We've got a good friend on the phone right now. I'd like to talk to him. Go and give us an insider's viewpoint of a trailer race at Anderson Speedway and what racing means to him and his family. Our good friend Jim Warner. Jim, how are you doing this evening?
Just fine, Rick. How are you?
Doing great. I appreciate you spending a little time with us this evening. You work. You're one of the hardest working guys back in the pits and don't get a lot of recognition. I thought it was about time.
Well, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
I know that the Night of Thrills and especially the trailer races are one of your favorites. Tell the folks just exactly what you go through to bring. I think you brought five vehicles this time, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a lot of work and a pain in the butt, but it's so much fun that everybody has a ball with it. Everybody's always asking, you got a car I can use? And you got to open the spot? Everybody wants to, so never have a hard time filling the spot. It's a lot of fun. Tear up a lot of stuff. I think Austin McKinney probably had the ride of the night that night of being up inside the other camper trailer there, getting dragged around. That was I heard from the people in the stands. They liked that real well.
I seen that. Was that the way he started, or did he end up driving up in there?
He just ended up driving up in that thing and stuck there for a few laps. And
he did. I forgot about that.
Help or decided just to back out, but that was one of the cars a last minute fill, so he just jumped in, and I know he had a ball. I know people had fun watching it. That was a good one.
Now, Jim, were you one that had the limousine that didn't get started? Nope.
No, that was one of the Swinford boys, and that one didn't make it for whatever reason. I know they were trying real hard, but
that'd been real interesting to see.
Yeah. I was hoping he was going to make that. I had the boat, did the boat thing this time there, and
yeah, it made it. I think the first corner, and then it was on the racetrack.
Yeah.
What do you find yourself during the season and going to junkyards or flea markets or whatever, and seeing items just laying around that you think, hey, that would work good on a trailer?
Now, usually it's kind of a last-minute thing. Well, what are we going to put on it this time? Or no more than a week in advance, it seems like. It's always a last-minute ditch to find something different or come up with something clever, or try to anyway, get everybody's ideas. And
Jim, of all the trailer races you've done, what is the most unique thing you've had on a trailer? Gotcha.
Well, yeah, that's a good question. I don't know if there's anything all that unique. Had a boat a time or two, and seems like the boat always seems to be after fun. If it comes off in any shape at all and somebody will blast it. I think one of the first ones, Nick did that, hit a fishing boat or something and knocked it clear up to the flag stand.
Yes, I remember.
Did the interview after that in the boat, and that was real comical. And there's still a piece of that boat on that car that he drives now. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
What's it like to be out there driving? I mean, you got to keep your eyes open all around. Are you just looking for something to hit?
Yeah, usually you're trying to hit something and not tear your stuff up too bad, at least till the end. I know mine didn't run real well there to start with, and I crossed in the path there in front of Nick, and he nicked me pretty good, but he tried not to clobber me too hard. He asked me after, so why'd you pull out there? I said, well, it just wasn't running that good, and I just figured it was a good target. And I put it in the video afterwards, so that was the whole deal there.
Well, I know you not only the trailer races, but you work very hard all season. Your son's one of our premier drivers out there, and versatile, gets into several cars. I think he's been in the Pro Compacts, the Thunder car. He's been in the Street Stocks this year.
Figure eights.
And the figure eights. It's obviously a family affair. Tell us a little bit about that relationship.
Oh, yeah, we spend a lot of time together on the weekends usually there. We normally don't see eye to eye on things when it comes to that. He's got his ideas and I got mine, but at the end of the day, he gets behind the wheel and he does his thing, and I think probably the figure eight's probably the most fun. We enjoy that probably the most. And in the little car and the compact, we'd like to see that come back at some point, but whatever it is, figure eight, we like to do it.
Going to have one at the Turkey Bash.
Turkey Bash, yeah.
Saturday after Thanksgiving. What are you looking for next year? Pretty much a lot of the same, or are you going to do something any different?
About the same. Maybe push the compact program just a little bit harder, and then see what falls up. It seems like it works out better when we just see what comes up and take it as it comes. You try to plan, and things don't seem to work out real well when we try to plan it. So,
yeah. Again, Nick, you all be out there this Saturday in the Pro Compact?
Oh yeah, yep, definitely.
Great. Sure. Well, Jim, is there anybody you'd like to thank while you got the airwaves?
Oh yeah. Chicken Pit, Clyde Torkel. He's been real instrumental in pushing things this year, and he likes to hear that stuff. So he's one of our main ones, and of course the Anderson Roll Arena. We support them, always have. Got so many people you can't even remember everybody that helps you. You got to look at the card and see your sponsors. It's just, some of them are nickel and dime, but they're just as important as the big money that helps you. So
that's right.
Everybody's important.
Absolutely. Well, Jim, thanks for everything you've done out the Speedway, and we're looking forward to a great race Saturday night and 2016 season for you and Nick.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Jim Warner, kind of an inside perspective. I mean, he's worked hard, and it doesn't stop after the race is over Saturday night. He's got to come and get all that stuff and take it away, and he scraps a lot of it, obviously, because most of it's junk. A lot of it's junk before it even starts, but able to put on a show
great
with
support
it.
Of the Speedway.
But hauls it off, and scrap prices right now, I was talking to him today, aren't that great, but he's having a lot of fun doing it, and that's what it's all about. You want to say hi to anybody while we got there?
Yeah, I better say hi to Aunt Jenny before we go off the air. Usually we're doing it at the very tail end. So hi, Aunt Jenny. Hope you're doing well. And once we get done here this Saturday, I'll come over and make a visit.
That'll be
maybe you can come and see.
Maybe I can.
Yeah, you can come too. Yes.
You haven't had a good whipping lately.
No, she could probably still do it too.
I'm sure she could. Again, I didn't mention the opening of the show, but this Friday night, we do have an open practice for all divisions, so if you got a car you're getting ready for next year maybe, and want to just shake it down or anything, bring it out. But this Friday, we got an open practice. Pit gates open at 3, and we'll practice from 4 to 7 this Friday. And then Saturday night, we've got the 775s with the Thompson Builder 75 or the McGonigal engine late models, street stocks, and the Markham Welding Pro Compacts. And also, for all of our kids, 12 and under, you get in free this Saturday night. You have a great friend that wants to remain anonymous that's taking care of all the kids' tickets this Saturday night if you're 12 and under. And come in costume, because we've got a parade at intermission on the racetrack. You actually get to go down the racetrack in your costume. We're going to have a lot of drivers out on the midway with their race cars and doing a trunk or treat
yes.
for all the kids. That's always really popular. You get a chance to meet the drivers, maybe even sit in their cars, get your pictures taken, and walk away with some candy.
It's always a lot of fun.
The front gates open at 3, and we race at 6 o'clock this Saturday evening. It looks like it's going to be a beautiful evening for racing. The weather's going to be ideal. You may want to bring a jacket. It may get just a little cool, but it isn't going to be nippy when the sun goes down. So we're going to have a good time at Anderson Speedway this Saturday.
And I'd heard that maybe the Anderson Gorilla might make an appearance.
He might.
Yeah.
I've heard about it.
Yeah, I've heard about that too. So
he usually shows up this time of year.
He sure does. And all of his mayhem.
And also, looking ahead, the Anderson Speedway Awards Banquet is November the 14th.
That's right. Yes.
At the Madison County Shrine Club. And Turkey Bash is the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Right. I believe we...
Street stocks, Thunder Cars, Pro Compacts,
Mini Cups,
and there's something...
Front-wheel drive
figure eights.
Yes.
5 division. That's the Thursday after Thanksgiving. Hopefully the weather will be decent. It's got to be probably 45 or warmer and sunny before...
So if this falls any indication with the temperatures that we've had, I mean, for the most part, we're in 70 degrees in October. Maybe that's a good sign that November is going to be just as warm.
Yep.
So.
You can tell it's in the air. It's election season. That's about all you see and hear. A couple of weeks, that'll be over with, so we can then start getting into the holidays.
Right.
Man, it's fast. And then it isn't going to be long until it's March and we're open again for practice, and
when you think about
so far behind already.
Rick, 7 months till the little 500.
I know.
Did you want to hear that?
That is actually a year-round
It is.
project,
it sure is.
So we're getting that down to science. Jared, I got to thank Jared, our intern this year from IUPUI. Great guy. Helps Amy out a lot. And Amy is hardworking as well as Jessica in the office, so we can put on the shows that we put on. I think 55 events is what my schedule showed this year that we're going to have, and we still got 3 of them to go.
Yes, we do.
That's a lot of work, folks. Let me tell you.
And I've in the 10 years that I've been part of the Anderson Speedway family, I'd never realized sitting in the stands what it took to put a program on, whether it be just a practice or a show itself. What goes into doing that? And now that I've seen that for 10 years, it's a lot of work.
It's huge.
But it's worth it once you see that.
Event. Each event is its own. I mean, obviously practices are a little, but we don't have that many practices.
Right.
Maybe 8 or 10 throughout the season,
Yes.
so that's another 45 events that you gotta.
There you go.
Plan. This Saturday night, Anderson Speedway is the place to be. Competitors, don't forget, Friday night we have an open practice for everybody. We appreciate you spending time with us. We're going to be here all winter. We're lining up some people that you would like to hear from on our show throughout the winter, and we'll have one next Tuesday night. So
Cool.
Stay tuned. We'll be here at the same time, same station. For Gary Mong, I'm Rick Dawson, and for Wade Stokes out in the cornfield of Daleville that produces this show, thank you. And we will see you at the racetrack.